Hello everyone, welcome to the 5 Bean podcast. Get ready to dive deep into world of academic pressure with us on 5 Beans, where every episode is a fresh scoop of knowledge and insight. Today I am your host Arjun Rajput and two of my guests, Ms. Krishna Rajput and Mr. Sandeep Verma is here to share their experience. Sir and ma'am, please introduce yourself.
So I'm Sandeep Verma. I'm Senior Director of Program Delivery at Radian Travel Technologies. And see, on academic pressure, it's a very interesting topic first of all, and it needs to be debated in public platforms. So we make a social change to get out of this evil, I would say.
Hi everyone, I'm Krishna. I work as a senior executive HR at Tempest Post. And as Sir said, it is a very interesting topic. And let's quickly get into your questions.
Okay, ma'am. So my first question coming on you, ma'am, is what are some common signs of academic pressure that students experience?
Okay, so firstly, I would like to tell that I am myself an ex-Amitian and I did a bachelor's and master's in psychology from Amity as well. So this is a very good question that you have asked me, because this is something I have also experienced and I have seen in kids of all age, that academic pressure is a very real thing. Be it somebody in class 3rd or maybe in class 10th or somebody doing a bachelor's or master's. So common signs and symptoms are that we also ignore and we don't establish them well are anxiety. So prolonged anxiety leads to stress. Often kids are not able to sleep when they are in 10th class due to which stream they want to take up to. And then fatigue, sudden weight gain or sudden weight lose is something you will see in your kids when they take a lot of academic pressure. Also isolating themselves, that is that either they are so much on the social media or they are just so much away from people who are with them. They are not meeting their friends, they are not going to the family function because of the taboo that if you are in class 10, if you are in class 12, then you would have to stay at home, you would have to study because you have your boards coming up. So this is commonly found in students of all ages. The academic pressure is very real.
And ma'am, you also studied from Amity, and so what is the academic system there? And is they put lot of pressure on students?
See, to be very honest, yes. As an Amitian, I have been, faced with challenges where there were so many assignments to complete in a very small deadline, and we were given 10 to 11 subjects. Some subjects I personally feel were waste of time also. So more than just the core subjects, they also give various other subjects like FBL. If I don't want to study a foreign business language, why will I do so? But if they feel that that's an add-on, it's good. But according to me, my POV says that yes, Amity puts a lot of pressure on their students. Maybe it works for them and the student as well, because we are groomed in a way that we handle pressure, we learn to handle pressure. But if I would suggest somebody, if you ask my opinion, I feel that's a negative point.
Okay, ma'am, great. And sir, my next question coming on to you is how does academic pressure affect students' mental health?
So see, as Krishna just said, we need to understand what is really that pressure is, from where is it coming, and how it is really coming out of the students. So each different age group, each different kind of pressure. It's school, it's today I would say it's a preschool pressure as well. So school, then college. So everywhere the pressure has a different meaning, has a different source. So see, from you start from the school where students are not really capable of handling that pressure. So if you get a lot of pressure on them, so that will bring you to a very I would say bad impacts on your health, on your career, on your family, everything, because you're not in a mental state supposed to be in that age. But I don't agree with Krishna on the college pressure, because see, colleges are there to make you industry ready. I work in industry, she works in a industry, and there's a lot of pressure because you have to complete certain things. Uh, I mean, I won't say deadline. There are no deadlines. So college pressure is required, I would say, but school pressure is unnecessary. And these days, you see, I mean, I respect government's rule of starting the school as at 5 or 6. I mean, at times it was 6, then it was changed to 5. So when, but now because of not isolated, nuclear families, you have to put your kids to play school, and that's where the pressure starts. You want your kids to learn alphabets, then counting, and then you have to show it off to everybody. So that's where kids start feeling the pressure, and that is not at all in
Good for
benefit
their
of
mental health.
Yes.
It is not.
And sir, you were happy with our academic system?
Well, I don't really know the amenities internal system. I haven't been there. I don't know except you. But if you talk about Indian system, so see, it is improving. So if you talk about 20 years back, it was all number game. So you have to score well at every class. You have to be first, second, third, not even fourth. And eventually, some government's initiative, some activist initiatives has bring it to a level where it has started decreasing that pressure, like grading system now, new NPS. And so I have an example. So I have met someone from some African countries. So there they have CBSE board.
CBSE.
CBSE board schools. So we discussed about. I was in US at that time. So she was just explaining. So how it is really a lot of cramming patterns, and they make you score well through cramming, but probably they do not understand the concept, and that will create problem for them in industry, I would say. So that was the testimonial from someone who was not even from India. So yes, that was the case, but now it's improving, but there has to be a lot of to be done.
And my next question coming on to you, ma'am, is that are there cultural or social factors that contribute in academic pressure?
Cultural and societal factors. Okay, so as sir gave an example, that cultural factors also, put a lot of pressure on the students. I do not know about Africa, but I just came to know that even CBSE board exists there. So, but I have friends in Canada, I have friends in Australia. So when I compare their country, their culture and our culture, I think yes, India does put a lot of pressure on their students, because we have to, study. If we have a function at our home, if we have whatever is going on in our lives, we have to study and give the paper the next day. Whereas there is a leverage in countries like Australia and Canada. You just write an application if there is a mental health issue, if there is a proper physical issue, medical issue. You lodge an application and you are given the waiver. And mostly their education is flexible, and it's they give you an option of doing it online and offline. That's hybrid culture, which India hasn't adopted, and India got into that in the COVID times, but that was very, very temporary. All of the offices, all of the schools came to complete offline mode once COVID is now over. So I think hybrid should be there in India, which is not there. And okay, assignments are very much important, I understand, but again, in countries like Australia and Canada, the assignments aren't that important, and the practical knowledge is very important there. Everyone, like students your age, students my age, somebody who is above my age, like 24, 25, people are working, students and kids are working from 18 years of age. They are living separately from their parents, which I think is a preference, but they are earning. And in India, even if you are 24, 25, you are studying, people are like, theek hai, pad raha hai, it's okay, let them do it. So I think that's a very big cultural gap. And when it comes to society, yes, there are so many societies in India, and there is a lot of pressure in middle societies and people who are below average. They give a lot of pressure to their students because they want their son, their daughter should excel in life. They have to earn a certain wage, they have to make their parents proud. Whereas if you go to the very high society people, there is more of a term called nepotism. You can go to your father's business, you can join your mother's business, and you can be free there. So that pressure is not there in a high class posh society, but it does exist in the middle and the below level. So according to the society and culture, the academic pressure does differ.
Okay. As you both know that students go to Kota to prepare for IT, but some students found it difficult to prepare for IT, so they tried to attempt suicide. So what do you think that why the number of suicides are increasing day by day?
Well, same thing, that you just want your kids to do something they do not like to,
Like
or they do not understand. So it's not necessary that I understand math well, I understand science. Sometimes students like to they just do not like. They even don't know what they like, but they for sure know that they do not like this. So there has been a lot of examples in my
especially
family,
class 10th.
in my family, especially in class 10. So parents send their kids there. They put a lot of pressure that you have to stay there and just come back जब engineer बनना.
Engineer or doctor, do not come back before that. A classic example is class 10th. The students, as sir said, the students don't know what they like, but they definitely know what they don't like. I never liked math, but I did not know that I like biology much. So when you are in class 10th, a lot of pressure is put on you that take a particular stream, be it commerce, science. I'm not generalizing or maybe separating the streams. Be it any stream, but you do not want to study something that your parents want you to. So that pressure is very real.
So that is one of the reason suicides are increasing. If you really go to Kota, I was just hearing a news that for 18,000 IIT seats, I think 22 lakh
Students.
students compete, and
That's a very huge number, sir.
so, and out of even that 18,000, IIT gave the numbers like 6% were unemployed even after IIT. So this is all unnecessary pressure, but in every society there are proven formulas. Okay, you do this, you will be successful. But see, once again, as we are moving towards the developed nation, as the technology emerges, the things of this fixed formula are fading out. So the social gaps is decreasing between different, I'd say, caste, state, cities. So there is another example that one of the survey that told that all the major cities, so their natives are like marginalized because everybody is in the city. Social gaps is decreased. So with that, these things will fade out, and eventually people will pursue more interests, and that will reduce the pressure, of course.
And sir, parents should also know more about the interest of their children so that they can select the right course
Definitely,
or right subject for their
learn.
children.
Yeah, they should learn more what their kids want to study, And be it dance, be it music, be it doctor or being an engineer, everything should be given a set, form of respect. No different type of these professions should be separated, or should be considered high or low. Everything, every artist, every engineer should be respected. And success is not a certain bar of wage. It's not you are successful only if you are earning a certain amount, 30 lpa or 40 lpa. Success is not only if you are an engineer or doctor. So people should give more definitions to success. Success is what makes you happy, what makes you feel contented.
Do you feel pressure in Amity?
Not yet, but I am doing great at Amity, and I love the faculty at Amity, and they do give assignments a lot. But yeah, if you will try to do assignments, and then you can give the assignments on time.
You can handle pressure
Yes,
well.
you can handle pressure. And my next question for you, ma'am, is that are there any long-term effects of prolonged academic pressure on individuals?
Yes. An example of that has been experienced by me myself. When I took a lot of pressure, I wouldn't say in Amity, maybe in job also, and when I was in Khitan doing my schooling, when I was given a certain amount of marks to earn, I had to score 85 plus in my 12th, or maybe when I had to score first division in my graduation, or maybe when I had to earn a certain amount in my job, I felt pressurized all the way, and that was never from my family. And I think stress is more of something you take onto yourself, because nobody else can make you happy or feel stressed if you are not accepting that thing. So prolonged thing is, I gained weight firstly. Secondly, I was not able to sleep, and I had to switch from graduation to masters. I was very confused which course to take, which course not to take, because master is something your job is based on. So I was not able to sleep well. I had fights with within my family members. I was irritated, and of course I was anxious at moments. So prolonged stress does lead to a lot of fatigue. You won't be able to sleep, you won't have healthy eating patterns. You will rely on foods that give you dopamine. Example, these all these sugary items, these cakes and cold drinks. And if you are not well monitored by your family, you go to substance abuse. In a very small age, kids these days are smoking and going to the alcohol use, because they are not able to handle the stress well. So all of these are signs and symptoms which you can monitor and reduce if you know what your kids want. And it should not be like you should give your kids all the leverage that do whatever you want to, we are there to support you by giving the money. No, everything should be handled in their own way. Sir is a parent, he would be able to guide better.
Yeah, I'm not at that level, because preschool pressure I really avoided for my kids. Now they are in middle schools. So, but yeah, so well said. Pressure is something after certain age, after college, when you go to industry, you take the pressure. Nobody can put you in pressure. But in school time, in students, there are a lot of factors that put them under pressure. So the competition. So it's, as I just given an example. So for every 1% success, there are like crores of people.
Especially in India.
Yeah. So that is the reason that there is pressure on students, and parents are responsible. Society is responsible. I mean, you would just see an example. Somebody maybe doing any job other than engineer, doctor, is not considered honorable, but few people are. So that is society pressure, and parents also, of course, they like do not do it intentionally, but because they want their kids to
Do great in life.
excel, do great in life, do earn money, do earn respect, so that just happen. But with the society moving forward, once again I say the same thing, that parents are understanding their kids, and kids are also understanding the society. So it's, I mean, you cannot just say that this is always a pressure. This is a guidance as well, but how you push this guidance depends. There has to be a balance. Kids need to understand, like, whatever parents are doing for them is not really just a pressure. It's because of their life, and parents need to understand that their desires cannot be fulfilled by
Their kids.
their kids. They just need to tell them to dream for themselves and complete those dreams. So
Very well said, sir.
that's, well, that's all I want to say about the pressure and handling the pressure.
And sir, my next question to you is that how does the current education system contribute to address academic pressure? Our education system is putting more pressure on students or putting less pressure on students?
So, see, our education, as I given you the example of CBSE, so Indian system will take a lot of time to go to the level of Canada and Australia, as
Foreign countries.
Krishna
Yeah.
said, because there are two factors. Number one, in India, education is a way to good life.
Yes, it's a priority. Your marks are a priority.
It's a priority. Right? So if you are not educated, you will get clerk job. You will do your small businesses, and you will not really excel in your life. You will not earn that money and respect. So that is one. That education is a gateway of success. Secondly, there is the employment or the I would say social earning is different than Western countries. So in Western countries, there are a lot of opportunities for teenagers to work and earn. So in that age of 14 to 20, they learn how to earn. They understand the meaning of earning, and I wouldn't say saving, because they don't save much. So they understand what is really earning is and how you can earn, and their learning is multifold because of practical knowledge. If somebody is working in a restaurant, so he would know what the recipe is, how the restaurant is managed, how to handle the customer, all these things.
Right.
But in our context, because education is priority, you won't do anything other than that. And even if you want to, there is no opportunity.
If there are opportunities, there is a societal taboo that why is your kid working at the age of 18? Is there a money issue in your family? Why your kid is working at a restaurant? There are so many whys, there are so many societal pressures. The jobs are not considered to be healthy, happy, and maybe respected at that age, which I think should be ended.
Yeah, so our education system and society both need to change hand in hand. So once you make the education system, I would say, less pressurized, you have to provide the opportunity for kids to do something, so they do not just move into the wrong direction.
Very well said.
And ma'am, my next question for you is that how can students, parents, and educators and policymakers work together to create a healthy academic environment?
Okay, so this question is a sum of all the questions you just asked. As said by sir, that our policymakers need to understand that there has to be policies which focus more on people's happiness, their well-being. One thing I know is that you are also studying a subject related to happiness, so that's very good. And this subject should not be considered less than any BBA, IT, and prestigious subject, because it is equally important to learn about mental health as it is important to learn about a switch or maybe a car or something. So mental health should be prioritized by policymakers. There has to be subjects like these. your sports period, your PT period should not be switched by your mathematics and biology periods, because if you function continuously for 6 periods, your seventh period has to be something that you go out, play, you think in creative ways. Parents and educators should know that they cannot burden the child. If they burden the child, these won't result in good marks. They can, but most of the students at that age, as sir said that school pressure is totally unnecessary and can be avoided by parents and the educators. And of course, nowadays physical violence has decreased in schools. I don't know about homes because it completely depends, but physical violence has to decrease. Students should not be beaten for scoring less. And similarly, there has to be strict ways. If you found any teacher beating kids at school, or maybe if you find out that your neighbor is beating his child because he could not score 80, there has to be measures. We should be more practical, we should be more aware, and we should take care of each other's well-being. If we are a friend, if we are a parent, educator, be in a relationship, be it anything, we should be more cautious about what we say, how we say, and we should take care of each of one of us. That is what happiness is all about.
Very good, very good.
And guys, my last question to you is that these days parents are putting a lot of pressure on their students, or students do not want to take any pressure of academic.
Let sir explain first.
I want
Well,
to.
once again, same thing. It's a balance that parent and kids has to maintain. There is no measurement of this pressure, who takes how much and who gives
Yes,
how
how
much.
much?
So this is a balancing act which can be created with mutual understanding of parent and kids.
Kids.
So
It should
that's
be a
how it
holistic, supportive environment. If you have a supportive environment at your home, everything will fall into place. And kids and parents do fight. They will keep on fighting, be it any age, be it any century. So we should not take it personally, and let's just understand each other well.
So thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for your very important experiences to share with me. And thank you, guys.